Let's go to Julie in Basildon.
Hello.
Hi, Julie.
Hiya. I had a flight to Jamaica in March, and the flight was had to go back to Jamaica because of the airport was closed due to the fire, and I was there for another 10 days.
Which fire are you talking about? Are you talking about when Heathrow Airport closed for a day or a couple of days over the weekend? Yep, okay.
Yes, yeah. And so they had to send the flight back to Jamaica, and the next flight was 10 days later.
Sorry, they sent it back to Jamaica. Why didn't they land in Manchester or Birmingham or Paris? How did they have the fuel to get back to Jamaica?
No idea. The flight went back to Jamaica, and I was there for another 10 days.
Okay.
And so, obviously, I had to stay somewhere and eat and everything. And I've been in touch with the airline, and they said that because I don't have printed receipts, I can't claim anything.
Why don't you have the receipts?
The Jamaica don't actually normally give receipts. You buy street foods and things like that. You don't necessarily buy food in restaurants all the time.
What about the hotels? Didn't they?
Yeah, they gave a paper receipt, a handwritten receipt. It was a guest house, and they gave the handwritten receipt. And so I produced all of that information and given them the details of the guest house and given them the details of where I stayed. And they said that it's not a paper, it's not a printed receipt.
Oh, what a bunch of absolute numpties. Airlines can be so difficult when it comes to fulfilling their legal obligations on paying for losses and things like that. And also, why did it take them 10 days to fly you back?
I've no idea. And I had to buy additional data for my phone and everything. And
okay, so you're entitled to all of this, Julie, every single penny of it. There is no law that says that it has to be receipted, although I understand why airlines want to see receipts because people do try to rip them off. But a paper receipt, a handwritten receipt is perfectly good enough. If the airline is refusing to pay, I would just bring a claim against the airline. There's not really an ombudsman that deals with this sort of thing, although most airlines will have a, I can't think of the word. The word's gone, a dispute resolution scheme. Yeah. There are two dispute resolution schemes used by airlines, and if you ask them what their dispute resolution scheme is, they'll tell you, and you can go off to them first of all, and they should order the airline to pay up. Certainly the hotel receipts, paper receipts are good enough. Did you pay on credit card? Did you stump up the payments on credit card or debit card? Is there proof from your bank that the monies were paid?
There's proof of some payments, but not of all. So the guest house was paid by cash, by money that I managed to borrow when I was in Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've got some receipts where people sent money to me by money transfer.
Yeah. Okay. But you will get it all. And unless you've spent an outrageous amount, obviously you are going to incur costs on accommodation. Obviously, you're going to incur costs on food. And in the absence of receipts, you're entitled to a reasonable amount. Now, there's room for argument over what's reasonable, but frankly, if you're buying, and I don't say this in a negative way, but just street food as opposed to Michelin star food, if you're buying just street food, no one's going to quibble about the amount you've spent because it's just not going to be that expensive.
Yeah. Thank you.
So find out who their dispute resolution company is, and if that doesn't work, take them to the small claims court, Julie, and you'll win.